Back in the early 1980s, luxury cars were big, long, heavy, and expensive, status symbols that commanded respect. But times were changing. Fuel prices were climbing, younger buyers were looking for something more affordable, and competitors like BMW's 3 Series were proving that smaller, more agile cars could still feel premium. Enter the Mercedes-Benz 190, the so-called Baby Benz. Mercedes, a brand known for playing it safe with their lineup of large, stately sedans, decided to take a risk. They asked a bold question. Could a smaller car still carry the weight of the three-pointed star? Could it deliver the same engineering, luxury, and performance, but in a smaller, more affordable package? This wasn't just about making a compact car, it was about redefining what a luxury car could be. The 190 wasn't just another model, it was a statement, a declaration that Mercedes wasn't bound by tradition, that they could innovate and compete on a new playing field. What followed wasn't just a new car, it was a new era. The 190 didn't just change Mercedes, it changed the way we think about luxury cars, proving that sometimes the biggest ideas come in the smallest packages. But how did the Baby Benz come to be? What made it so special? And how did it go from a bold experiment to one of the most important cars in Mercedes history? Stick around, because the story of the Mercedes-Benz 190 is just getting started. To understand how the Mercedes 190 came to life, you have to go back to the late 1970s. The world was changing, and so was the automotive landscape. Oil crises had made smaller, more efficient cars increasingly desirable. Meanwhile, BMW's 3 Series was winning over younger professionals who wanted something fun to drive but still premium, and Audi's compact offerings were gaining traction. Mercedes, on the other hand, was sitting on a portfolio of large luxury cars, solid, dependable, but not exactly the choice for the up-and-coming generation. Mercedes had a reputation for quality and engineering excellence, but could that reputation extend to something smaller, lighter, and more affordable? The company decided it was time to find out. Engineers and designers were tasked with building a car that could stand shoulder to shoulder with the flagship models, even if it was smaller and cheaper. This wasn't just a matter of downsizing existing technology. It was about creating something new. The engineers developed an advanced multi-link rear suspension, a first for any production car at the time, that gave the 190 exceptional handling and stability. They spent thousands of hours perfecting the body's aerodynamics, achieving a class-leading drag coefficient, and every piece of the car, from the engine choices to the safety features, was carefully considered to ensure that the 190 wasn't just another compact car. It was a Mercedes-Benz through and through. When the 190 was unveiled in late 1982, it represented a massive shift for the brand. For the first time, there was a Mercedes that was compact, yet undeniably premium. It wasn't just a smaller version of what they'd done before. It was something entirely new. The Baby Benz had arrived, and it was ready to shake up the luxury car world. What made the 190 such a standout was its engineering. Mercedes didn't just shrink a big sedan. They built something completely new, packed with innovations that would define compact luxury for years to come. At the heart of the 190's success was its groundbreaking multi-link rear suspension. This wasn't just a technical gimmick, it changed the way compact cars handled. Each rear wheel had multiple control arms, which meant the car could corner more smoothly and maintain better contact with the road. Drivers quickly noticed the 190 felt stable, precise, and above all, fun to drive. Then there was the aerodynamic design. Mercedes poured resources into making the 190 one of the most efficient cars of its time. Its sleek shape didn't just look good, it reduced drag, improved fuel efficiency, and made the car quieter at high speeds. This attention to detail meant that even at highway speeds, the 190 felt composed and refined. Under the hood, buyers had a wide range of options. There were reliable, efficient diesels that appealed to commuters and cost-conscious buyers. For those who wanted a more spirited drive, Mercedes offered responsive gas engines that made the 190 nimble and quick. And then there were the performance versions, like the 16-valve models that pushed the boundaries of what a compact sedan could do on the road and the track. Most importantly, the 190 was built to last. Its body structure, safety features, and quality of materials all reflected Mercedes' commitment to excellence. Even though it was smaller, it never felt compromised. It was a car that earned respect, not just for what it was, but for what it stood for: engineering without shortcuts. When the Mercedes 190 finally hit showrooms in late 1982, it turned heads for all the right reasons. Mercedes-Benz had made a bold move, introducing a compact luxury car in a market dominated by their own larger sedans and coupes. The 190 wasn't just another model, it was a new idea, and people weren't sure what to make of it at first. Initial reactions were a mix of skepticism and curiosity. Mercedes loyalists wondered if this smaller car could truly uphold the reputation of the brand. Some feared it would dilute the Mercedes image. After all, a Mercedes was supposed to be big, grand, and imposing, but the automotive press and a younger crowd of buyers saw something different. They recognized the strategy. The 190 wasn't a compromise. It was a calculated effort to bring the same quality, engineering, and prestige of a Mercedes into a more accessible, city-friendly package. And that strategy worked. Younger professionals who had previously only dreamed of owning a Mercedes found themselves stepping into dealerships to test drive the Baby Benz. Its more approachable price point and manageable size made it an instant hit in urban areas, where larger sedans felt cumbersome. But don't be fooled. Just because it was small didn't mean it was any less of a Mercedes. It still had the engineering excellence, the safety features, and the build quality that the brand was known for. What's more, the competition couldn't ignore it. BMW's 3 Series and Audi's growing lineup of smaller luxury sedans had already proven that there was a strong market for compact, premium cars. With the 190, Mercedes didn't just enter the game, they changed it. The Baby Benz forced other automakers to rethink their strategies, and for Mercedes, it wasn't just about keeping up, it was about raising the bar. While the 190 proved itself on city streets and highways, it was on the racetrack that it truly became a legend. Mercedes had always been involved in motorsport, but with the 190, they saw an opportunity to shake things up in a new arena: touring car racing. The German Touring Car Championship, or DTM, was gaining momentum, and the 190e 2.3-16 was perfectly positioned to make an impact. In 1984, Mercedes introduced the 190e 2.3-16, a high-performance version of the Baby Benz that was more than just a faster road car. This model was built with one purpose in mind: homologation for racing. Its 16-valve engine, co-developed with Cosworth, produced 185 horsepower, a serious figure for the time. Combined with the 190's balanced chassis and cutting-edge multi-link suspension, it became a force to be reckoned with. One of the car's first big moments came at the Nürburgring, where an all-star lineup of racing legends, Ayrton Senna, Niki Lauda, Alain Prost, and more, competed in a one-make race celebrating the circuit's reopening. And who came out on top? A young Ayrton Senna in a 190e 2.3-16. It was a defining moment that showed the world this compact Mercedes was far more than an entry-level luxury sedan. But that was just the beginning. The 190e went on to dominate in the DTM. It faced stiff competition from BMW's M3 and Audi's Quattros, but its reliability, precision handling, and outright speed made it a winner. Drivers like Klaus Ludwig and Bernd Schneider became legends behind the wheel of the 190e, racking up championship wins and cementing the car's place in motorsport history. For Mercedes, the 190e wasn't just a racing car, it was a brand builder. It showed that Mercedes could do more than build luxury cruisers. They could create machines that competed and won at the highest levels. This racing pedigree added a layer of excitement and credibility to the 190, turning it into a true icon of the 1980s. By the time production of the Mercedes 190 ended in 1993, it had already left an indelible mark on the automotive world. It was more than just a car, it was a symbol of Mercedes' ability to adapt, innovate, and take risks. The 190 showed that a luxury car didn't have to be large or expensive to carry the prestige of the three-pointed star. It proved that compact, affordable models could still be built to exacting standards. The impact of the 190 is still felt today. Its innovations, like the multi-link rear suspension and the aerodynamic design, set benchmarks that influenced not only Mercedes' later models but the entire industry. The lessons learned from the Baby Benz paved the way for the C-Class, which would go on to become one of Mercedes' best-selling and most important product lines. The compact luxury market that the 190 helped establish continues to thrive, with every manufacturer still chasing the same blend of performance, refinement, and affordability that the Baby Benz introduced. But it's not just about the numbers or the sales figures. The 190 earned a place in the hearts of enthusiasts. It became a beloved classic, appreciated for its timeless design, its engineering excellence, and its role as a stepping stone into the world of Mercedes-Benz ownership. To this day, it's celebrated at car shows, discussed in enthusiast forums, and remembered as a model that truly changed the game. The 190's legacy is more than just the cars it inspired. It's a reminder that bold ideas and daring moves can pay off in extraordinary ways. It's proof that even a compact car can carry a heavyweight reputation. And it's why, more than 3 decades after its debut, the Baby Benz remains one of Mercedes' most important and enduring achievements. Today, the Mercedes 190 is remembered not just as a car, but as a turning point, a bold step into new territory that forever changed how we think about luxury vehicles. By taking the risk of building a compact sedan, Mercedes-Benz expanded its reach, attracted a new generation of drivers, and showed that the hallmark qualities of the brand, precision engineering, refined luxury, and timeless design, could shine just as brightly in a smaller, more accessible package. The Baby Benz proved that being small doesn't mean thinking small. Its advanced technology, exceptional build quality, and impressive performance set new standards, inspiring countless competitors and influencing the direction of the automotive industry for decades. Beyond that, it forged an emotional connection with drivers. For many, the 190 wasn't just a car, it was their first Mercedes, the car that introduced them to a world of sophistication and engineering excellence. Even now, as newer models continue to push the boundaries of what's possible, the 190's impact remains undeniable. It's a car that lives on not just in memory, but in the DNA of every compact luxury sedan that followed. The Baby Benz wasn't just a smaller Mercedes, it was proof that even the most established brands can reinvent themselves and succeed, and that legacy, it's still going strong.